Welcome to the official Universal Disney Nuts podcast. If you're passionate about Central Florida theme parks like we are, then you've come to the right place. Now on to the show. Here's your host, Bill Balcerski.
Universal Disney Nuts, I am Bill, your host. Welcome back to the Tiki Bar, everybody. UDN Live. How's everybody doing?
Hot.
Wow. Awkward silence.
It's sticky out here today. Ugh.
Well, I don't know if you could pick it out between that unison they just did, but over there to my left is Mr. Dave Indy.
Hello.
Do you guys owe each other a beer now, or?
Possibly, yeah.
And of course, to my right, the lovely Tanya.
Hi, everyone.
Welcome to September, everybody.
Yeah.
Lots of heat, lots of rain. We just had some rain come through. It's sticky and moist, as
Very
Dave
much.
would say.
Damp.
Hurricane season has finally ramped up, and we have Danielle and Earl in the Atlantic.
Oh, we do, huh?
Yes, no.
How about that?
I don't even pay attention anymore.
I was going to say, that's news to me.
Wow. Wow.
Well, why do I have to pay attention? I have Mr. Weatherman over here.
Yeah, maybe it's the Coast Guard in me. I don't know. But I tend to pay
Maybe.
attention to hurricanes when they're in the Atlantic. So,
If it's
Well, Bill
important,
gets-
they tell me at work.
Exactly. If it's important, Bill tells me. So
yeah, well, they're no threat to Florida, so we don't have to worry about it. Danielle is up by the New England coast, and she's not going to do anything. And Earl
yeah, she's a little
is-
out of jurisdiction.
just spinning up, and it looks like it's going to turn north and head back out to sea. Now, there's some stuff behind it that could come into play later. But as you know, September is the height of hurricane season, and we've been extremely quiet this season.
Yeah.
Which
when was
is
the last time we
unusual.
got to September and we were only on D?
Yeah,
No, that's true.
like for real. The West Coast has been getting them, but
Yeah.
we really haven't. So lots of busy weeks, ladies and gentlemen. We are back at it for another installment of our podcast. We had the Bag of Happiness Challenge. That was cool. Shout out to Nick. Nick is the father of the Bag of Happiness Challenge, and it is gaining popularity.
Yes. Well, we always meet at Geyser Point at Wilderness Lodge.
That is base camp.
That's base camp.
Yes.
We have a drink there, and we pick where we're going to be going.
We picked 3 places, ladies and gentlemen. Now, if you don't know what the Bag of Happiness Challenge is, we'll go backwards here a little bit. The Bag of Happiness Challenge was created by Nick Gronsky, who is my brother-in-law, and what he did was he did research of all the bars that are in resorts only.
Yes.
Now, let's keep out Disney Springs. We keep out the parks.
Yep.
And come to find out, there are over 70 bars
Yes.
and restaurants that are in these
and
resorts.
this does not include the Bonnet Creek resorts.
Exactly.
So
this is
pretty
strictly
much
Disney.
strictly
What about the
Disney
Four Season
resorts.
one over there?
Nope.
It does
No,
not
I didn't
include
think.
that one, no. Like outside of quote unquote Disney ones, it includes is the Swan and Dolphin and the Swan Reserve.
Right. He even found the Disney font, but he
Yes.
took little pieces of paper and he put each individual bar on a piece of paper, and then he folded them up and he put them in this little bag, and he calls it the Bag of Happiness. So what we do is we select 3 tabs and we open them up, and whatever they say, that's where we go. The cool part about it is it has taken us to places that we would not even think about going to, much less even know that they exist.
Oh, right, exactly.
So we've only been doing it now for a couple of months, but it is really gaining popularity. Last month was a big one. We had a lot of family and friends that joined us for that.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Super cool. When the word got out that we did it again this month, it was only the 3 of us, but everybody was like, where was our invite? We wanted to come.
Yeah, exactly.
So I have a feeling we're going to have to announce the next date
Yeah.
so that everybody's ready to go.
So
But
it's usually towards the end of the month.
Don't you have like a certain date?
I
that y'all
think we're
try?
going to have to. Usually,
Like
I
the
think we were trying to
third
third or
or-
fourth Friday.
yeah, we were
but-
playing it by ear because our schedules are so crazy. But, it's usually typically towards the end of the month. And it's just been it's been awesome, man. Like there's been restaurants and bars that we had no idea existed, and you just go in. We have one drink. That's it. Nothing crazy. We're not trying to tear down the place.
Yeah, maybe something to eat.
Maybe something to eat, and then we move on to the next one. And by the time we're done, it's 9-10 o'clock at night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. And if there's a lot of people with us, that can be an all-nighter. So very cool concept, very cool idea by Nick, and it's certainly gaining popularity. So the 3 that we went to this time,
We started off at Victoria Falls Bar in Animal Kingdom Lodge.
and of course, Animal Kingdom Lodge is absolutely gorgeous.
Yes.
Right. That's the bar that's right above Boma, the restaurant Boma. And that was really, really cool. They had some unique drinks. And that's the best part about this whole thing is because each bar has got their own unique signature stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you're paying $15 a drink, but you're only having one anyway. So if you follow that procedure, you're looking at maybe $45 a person, by the end of the night, So very cool. Bartenders were amazing. They were very...
Yeah, they were... They thought the whole concept for what we were doing was very cool.
Yeah, that one bartender, she's like, that is the greatest idea ever. And I'm just like, yeah, well, that's Nick over here. I take no credit. So
Yeah, so when we were at Victoria Falls, it was called the Victoria Falls Mist.
oh, that was
And
so good.
I highly recommend that one.
Oh, yeah, that drink was awesome.
Yeah, it was
very good.
Midori melon liqueur, Vanderhump tangerine liqueur, banana liqueur, and sour mix topped with Sprite.
Yeah, the drinks,
So, yeah, it was really yummy. And
Yum.
and
the
you
drinks were
had-
phenomenal.
You had Mount Killamarita.
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 Yeah, it was good. It wasn't like, blow me over, wow.
Kill a
But
zebra.
it was Kill a Zebra. That's what we're going to call it. Mount
Really?
Kill a Zebra.
No.
Well
No,
done, Dave Indy.
no.
Well done, sir.
No, not well done.
Fence post a zebra.
I'll take the Mount Kill a Zebra, please. I'm so doing that next time I'm there. You have no idea. So we enjoyed the Animal Kingdom, and then we went to...
Rick's Bar and Grill over at Coronado Springs.
Yeah. And so that was a recent change. It used to be a different bar and restaurant. They changed it out. They rethemed it, made it into a sports bar. That's where we had our lunch.
Yeah, it was about 5 years ago they opened.
Yeah. Not too bad. The food was okay. Drinks were okay.
I enjoyed my chicken sandwich.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. Checked it off the list.
Yeah, I had a honeysuckle lemonade. And it was honeysuckle vodka, lavender bitters, and lemonade.
And if you're into that kind of thing. And what was the last place we went to? I can't remember.
River Roost over at Port Orleans Riverside.
There it is. River Roost. Now, we originally went to the wrong side of Port Orleans.
Yeah, we were on Port Orleans, the jazz side.
Yeah, the jazz side. Then we had to go all the way to the other side, and then we found it, and that was pretty good too.
Yeah.
That was all right. Good drinks. So that's
I had
kind
actually
of
been to that one before, so.
yeah. So that's kind of the Bag of Happiness challenge, and it's gaining popularity. It's actually pretty cool.
Yeah,
So-
we've knocked 9 of them off the list.
So anybody out there that lives in Central Florida, if you're interested in joining us on the Bag of Happiness Challenge, consider yourself invited. Contact us through UDN Facebook page or...
Try and post where the next one's going to be about a week earlier,
Yeah.
so we can.
Yeah, absolutely. And really, honestly,
a
this
bit.
is just about getting together and hanging out. It's not necessarily about drinking or anything like that. So
It's a plus side.
that is the
That
plus
is the
side.
plus side.
Very much so. So, and then, of course, yesterday we were at SeaWorld,
Bro.
and we enjoyed ourselves. It was a good day at SeaWorld. I still think SeaWorld's got some work to do.
Yeah.
But the food, I can't speak enough about SeaWorld's food. I think this food is much, much better than Disney. I mean, far and away. But the park itself, the way they're doing things, stuff like that, you could tell they're behind the times a little bit and they're struggling.
Yeah.
Yeah, like right now they have the Ignite 360, which ends tomorrow, September 5th.
Yep.
Really, the the biggest draw seemed to be like the dance party that they had over at one of the,
The Bay Stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah, so in the stadium, before they do the fireworks at night, they've got a big dance party, and they make it into a
DJ
big
and,
show.
Yeah,
stuff
you're
that's
you're
on
actually
the
where the
floor.
actors and the
Yeah.
concerts are
Mhm.
Yeah.
out there.
And it seems to be very popular. I mean, there was a lot of people in that stadium yesterday, and, good for SeaWorld. They're struggling to come back, and, they're
got the
doing
people, though.
They're doing well, though.
Yeah.
They're not doing too bad. And we had posted some videos on our UDN Facebook.
We went to the
And
orca show.
the orca show, that was
We
really
hadn't seen
cool.
the orcas in a while, and
Yeah.
then we went the wild Arctic, and we saw the beluga whales and harbor seals and some walruses.
Oh, it's just always weird to try to get to because you got to go in the gift shop to go and
Yeah,
sneak in the
and
back
go
door.
through,
You feel like you're
yeah.
going in the employee way.
Right, exactly.
But I loved watching the beluga whales. Oh my gosh, they were so cute.
And do you remember back in the day, they used to have that helicopter ride where it was like a virtual reality thing where the helicopter would crash and then they would take off again, and it was flying through the Arctic.
Yeah, when they actually had the simulator there.
Yeah, that was old school.
Supposedly they'll put they're going to use that area for a coaster, is what it was rumored for their next one.
They had icebreaker rolling.
Yeah.
Smaller than I thought it would be.
Oh, that's the first time you've seen it in
It's the
person.
first time I've seen it, and it was small.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, is that a kiddie ride or is that the actual coaster? So, but they had it going.
It packs a little punch.
Yeah, they had it going, so which is cool. But as Tanya mentioned, Electric Ocean is going away starting tomorrow, and they have already got their Hollow Scream stuff up.
Oh, I'm sure.
So they're ramping up for Hollow Scream. They've released the merch.
Yeah, that starts September 9th.
Yeah, they've already released the merch. They're selling the merch in the parks now. Some would say that Hollow Scream is going to be better than Halloween Horror Nights, and I say SeaWorld, stay in your lane. You're biting off a
can't-
little bit more than you can chew,
See,
bro.
I can't say anything because I haven't been to either one of them. So
Yeah, no, nothing will touch Halloween Horror Nights. Nothing.
The houses could give it a rival, but it will never be as big. Even because obviously they've got a jump start on knowledge just from doing it over in Tampa for so many years.
Yeah.
and actually, and it's funny that you mentioned that. There was a poll that popped up on one of my, I don't know if it was a Facebook feed or if it popped up in my emails, but there was a thing where you could vote on the best Halloween party. And it was actually Busch Gardens over in Tampa
Yep.
was the clear winner. Halloween Horror Nights was down number 12 or 13 on the list.
Wow.
It was, yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
Parks, bro.
SeaWorld parks, bro. If you don't know, SeaWorld owns Busch Gardens.
Hollow Scream, a lot of even people when I worked at Universal always thought Hollow Scream did a better overall job of how they presented their stuff versus Universal just because of the masses per se. That's always been at HHN versus over there.
Well, listen,
Yeah, and this voting was across the country. It wasn't just Florida based.
the bigger you get, the harder it is to keep your audience, right?
Yeah.
And
True.
Halloween Horror Nights, it doesn't get any bigger than that.
No.
So if Busch Gardens and SeaWorld are bringing in Hollow Scream and it's a smaller show, but it's more intenseful, people are going to go down that route.
Yeah, they used to have house over at Tampa where they'd only let one person go in at a time to go through and space them.
Could you imagine going through a haunted house by yourself?
Nope. I'll nope right out of that. fast.
Yeah. That's that whole
We already know Bill will.
that's that whole fight or flight.
Bringing down that.
I would go in, and then all of a sudden there'll be a whole ton of security running in after me, bro. It would not go well.
Clearly, we know what happens.
Bill's
Oh God,
waiting
here
from
he
this
goes.
one.
We had that discussion while we were in SeaWorld. I'm like, I don't want to get banned from another Halloween event. Like, seriously.
Put your hands in your pockets.
Yeah, because I asked him if we were going to go.
I'm like, yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
Disney officially announced that their 50th anniversary celebration will end March 31st, 2023.
Yes.
Some people are upset about that and will be upset to see all the celebration go.
At that point, it had run 18 months.
Yeah, it had run its course, right?
Exactly.
It's got to end at some point.
The Walt Disney World celebration kicked off October 1st, 2021. And it was always promised to be an 18-month event. Mm-hmm. So obviously there's going to be people who are going to be sad to see it go, while others, not so much. I am sick and tired of the 50th anniversary. Like, Jesus, give it a rest. We get it. You're old, right? So, and then, but
and you have on October 1st is going to be Epcot's 40th anniversary.
Here we go.
So,
what's interesting is the stuff that they rolled out for the 50th anniversary is going to go away. Mm-hmm. And what's going to replace that stuff? The shows, the fireworks shows, the certain stuff that they rolled out that is celebration of 50th anniversary only kind of stuff. I'm curious to see what replaces that.
Well, Enchantment and Harmonious weren't specifically made for the 50th anniversary, or at least Harmonious wasn't.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not sure about Enchantment.
What are they going to do with all their gold statues? They're going to leave it?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know.
Yeah, they could leave them there.
I was going to say, especially since they incorporated the new Magic Bands being interactive and everything, I have a feeling that they're going to stay.
Now, will they paint the castle back or leave it with that gold?
I don't know.
See, these are the kind of things that are running through my mind, like what's going to come, what's going to stay, stuff like that. You mentioned the Magic Band Plus. Mm-hmm. Brand new Magic Band Pluses are out. We saw a couple of them the other night at Disney Springs.
Yeah, there's a Halloween one and some
Haunted Mansion one that's out there.
Haunted Mansion one that was pretty cool.
There's a whole bunch that are out that are brand new.
Nightmare Before Christmas. There was a Sally and Jack one.
So if you went to go check out the Magic Band Pluses when they first rolled out, you may want to go check them out again at Pin Traders over at Disney Springs or in any of the parks. Yep. Because there's all brand new ones that just rolled out. I think there's like 10 or 15 brand new ones that just came out.
Quite that many, but there are several new ones.
Got to keep that money train flowing.
That's it, Bubba. So cast rehearsals have begun for Fantasmic.
Yay!
Fantastic.
So excited about that.
Love that song. Anyway, so...
Wrong one.
No, I know that, but that's a squirrel moment. It's like, wait, what?
Wait, what? Although they haven't announced a date for the show coming back, the fact that they are casting people and doing rehearsals is a good indication that Fantasmic will be back soon. And truth be told, Hollywood Studios needs all the help they can get.
Yes.
Let's be honest. Let's call a spade here. You know what I mean?
I'm with you on that. That's my least favorite park, so.
Yeah. Did you hear what happened at Disney Springs?
Oh yeah. God. This person.
Are you stupid? Like, seriously, that's all I could say. Are you stupid right now?
And this is not the first place he's done it at.
Yeah, so this dude is apparently...
I think it's for social media stuff.
We're going to get there. So for those who don't know, there was a man who tried to attempt to surf the fountain at Disney Springs. Now, this is the one right outside of Lime Garage, right next to Ron John's surf shop. Weird. Weird. So he was immediately stopped and escorted out. He was wearing nothing but swim trunks and binoculars. Like, I have questions. Yeah. Seriously. So he certainly was escorted out quickly. Some say that it was a TikTok prank. That he's doing it for social media and all the attention, right? All the attention that goes with that. But others believe that it might have been a publicity stunt for Ron John's because Ron John's at that facility are selling surfboards.
Did he bring his own, or did he buy that there?
We don't know.
That can't
It
be
didn't-
confirmed, but it looked brand new. It looked like a brand new
As I say, it'd have
surfboard.
to be because it's not like you could. I'm just going in the Disney Springs
Oh,
with my
right.
surfboard.
He-
Right,
Yeah, or
right.
he
You
w-
can't just walk into Disney Springs with a surfboard.
I was going to say he wouldn't have gotten through security, I don't
Right.
think.
So he probably
Anyway.
went to Ron John's and bought it, and then immediately wanted to try it. So he decided
in
to
the
jump
fountain.
into the fountain.
Need to see if it floats.
But the report did say that he had done a similar stunt at a Hilton in the area in one of the in the fountain and had obviously gotten banned from there as well. So I don't know.
Crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Surf in the hot dog water.
Yeah. Oh,
Like,
and
really?
speaking of Disney Springs,
Uh-oh.
no, when we were there on Friday evening, so when you go to the garages, so we usually park over in the orange garage, but then you're forced to walk over to the far side so you can go through security and everything. However, there is now a smaller security setup at the other, where it was just strictly
Other.
the exit. You
Yes.
can now go through security over on the other side.
Nice.
Yes.
Now-
we were very excited about
Now,
that.
here's the interesting part about that is,
Nobody knows about it.
well, I'm sure people know about it, but here's the interesting part is that now you could park your vehicle and then go down the orange side garage and literally walk out, and you are right next to Everglades and Splitsville.
Yum.
And that was closed down for a long time with COVID, and it was so frustrating because you had to march all the way down to the line,
yeah.
or the other side of Orange,
You come out
walk
near
down, walk past
Coca-Cola.
AMC, and then you had to walk all the way back down just to get to Splitsville.
Yep.
That's a lot of work for sushi, bro.
Yeah. I was
You know what I
saying,
mean? Like,
I've had stuff in my hand be like, oh, I gotta take it to the car.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
so now
Speaking
it's
of-
much easier. So
speaking of sushi, we were there not too long ago enjoying some sushi.
we did.
I didn't do my standard sushi. I just took one plate
I was
and
gonna
left.
say, that was unusual for you.
I usually pound the sushi, bro. For those of you who don't know, if you're looking for a great sushi place at Disney,
Go to the bowling alley.
go to the bowling alley. It's crazy, bro. It sounds so nuts, but I'm telling you, the sushi at Splitsville is phenomenal.
And I have had a conversation with like some of the people that I work with. I'm like, yeah, we go to Splitsville for sushi. And my friend Kelly, she was like, yes, their sushi is awesome.
Thank you.
And then
Thank
one
you.
of the other girls, Chris, that I was working with, she's like, Splitsville has sushi? And we're like, yeah, really good sushi.
Yeah. Well, when you hire a chef from Japan, you tend to
Yeah.
get good stuff, right?
Sushiyama.
And in fact, one of the
Konnichiwa.
managers that we were talking to on Friday said she started working for Splitsville specifically because of their sushi.
Yeah. One of the managers
Fucking
behind the
was.
bar, she's like, oh, yeah, I started working here just because of the food. I get a discount. I'm like, wow, that's savage. Like, that's next level. When the food is so good, you're hiring people because they want to be part of the food.
Yeah.
So, not the atmosphere. But on to Universal. Universal's obviously fired up from HHN 31, Halloween
that
Horror Nights,
started
right?
2 days ago.
Yeah,
September
Friday.
2nd.
Lots of houses, lots of food, lots of events taking place. The first 3 nights of Hollywood Horror Nights were sold out.
Yep.
So obviously it's a popular event. If you're from Central Florida or have been in Central Florida this time of year, you are going to get Halloween Horror Nights shoved in your face like you would not believe.
Even if you don't like it.
That's right. That's right. And then, of course, with SeaWorld and all the other parks starting to bring up their Halloween stuff, so Halloween Horror Nights is going to have some competition. However, out of all the houses, what did you say, 10 houses that they have at
10
home?
houses, yep.
Right. There is one that's standing out significantly from all the rest, and that is the Dead Man's Pier Winter's Wake. And that was an original Halloween Horror Nights house from back in 2016 that became so popular they brought it back for this Halloween Horror Nights 31.
It's the cold house for this year.
Yeah, and I will tell
What do you mean,
you,
the cold house.
They dropped the temperature in it.
yeah,
Ah.
And I will tell you a little bit about this house.
Okay, I really need to go to HHS.
See, like previously, they had like the Yeti house the last year I was there and stuff, where they basically it's all snowish and they just
like
make
super super cold.
Yeah, they
so you like see your breath, that kind of stuff.
they drop it down to like
I wanna
50 or
go.
40.
Yeah,
That
sure.
would be cool.
I'm sure Dave would be glad to take you. Okay, here we go. So Halloween Horror Nights 31. This is the sequel to the 2016 house.
Yeah.
Dead Man's Wharf. It is established in a New England fishing village. Shocker. Undead fishermen emerge from the waves to seek their revenge. You and your Scream Squad may escape their hooks if you make it out of the scare zone. But now they will reel you in and drag you under.
Now, is it a house or is it a scare zone?
No, it's a house.
Oh,
It's a house. The scare zone from HHN 26 was centered around Dead Man's Wharf, and the whole theme was based off of the lost crew of the Annabelle Lee.
Oh.
Right? So it was populated by mutated fishermen and divers whose bloated corpses were covered in coral, algae, and other deep sea stuff.
Sushi.
So, sushi. Speaking of sushi.
All right.
So it was a scare zone back in the day, and then they made it into a house this time.
Oh, okay.
And it is phenomenal. Like, people are just absolutely going crazy about it. The house was inspired by a short story from a former HHN creative director, Blake Braswell. Do you know him?
The name kind of rings a bell,
Blake
but that's
Braswell.
about it.
From the entitled Fisherman's Sonata. It follows Sophia, who meets a strange captain on a pier of Dead Man's Wharf. She has to come to cast her violin out to the sea, but the captain beseeched her to perform one last time before she did. Her song attracted the attention of the captain's gruesome crew, and carnage ensues after the ship crashed into the pier. It has been voted the #1 house in Halloween Horror Nights this year.
And it's just started.
And it literally just started, right?
Well, they've done their media
By staff
event
and reviews.
and they had their team member
Okay.
preview, and
And one staffer has said it is going to be one of the greatest houses in Halloween Horror Nights history.
Wow.
yeah,
That's
That's how next
impressive.
level this house is. Like, I would go to Halloween Horror Nights, sneak into Halloween Horror Nights just for that house.
I was going to say, I'm really intrigued by it now.
Yeah. I would do that. I would do that until the captain showed up and chest bumped me, and then it would just be on. So when you got to throw hands, you throw hands, bro.
in this case, chopsticks for your sushi.
I'm just saying, sushi it is. So
Oh, goodness.
speaking about throwing hands, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce Mr. Dave Indy with your Universal News.
Yeah, so like you said, a lot of good reviews coming in. I'd also recommend anyone who's going to hurry up and get their express passes or see about booking an RIP
Oh,
tour.
God, yes.
That's the only
It's
way.
going to be like $800 to get your express pass.
or an RIP tour, I'm telling you.
Can you imagine what the express pass is going to be like at Halloween?
Oh,
It's
Yeah.
going to be like, yeah, just drop your keys in this bucket. We own your vehicle now.
pretty much. Did you bring your mortgage? So, but yeah. And then,
Simba is sprawled out over the bar. That's why we're pausing.
leg hanging over.
He's just chilling. He's like, whatever.
Yeah, just comfy, man. But if you're not also into HHN, but you do want to see the houses, a less scary option may be doing the unmasking tours for the houses. That starts about $80 during the day. Normally, it's about 3 houses for that one. They also have one for 6 houses you could do as well on that one. The best part is theme park and or Halloween event admission is not included and not required to participate in the tour.
What?
Right? So you can go tour the houses. You still got to pay for parking to go, but
Well, yeah, of course.
you got to turn around and go to, when you come through the giant arch to the right is usually where they do the RIP, VIP tour check-ins and stuff like that. But yeah, you can basically.
That might be an option for you, sweetheart.
Yeah, that might be an option.
There's nobody to touch you, Bill.
Hey, I'll still throw hands, bro. You don't even know.
Show me on the cat where they touched you.
I'm just saying.
Oh, if the cat had it.
You know,
So-
when it's time to, it's go time, bro. You throw hands when you need to.
Yeah.
He got what he deserved.
Sushi.
Sorry.
I will say I have done the unmasking tour right before I left. I won one, and it was really cool to go through the houses and see all the details with the lights on.
Is that right?
Well, now I wonder
Interesting.
if that undead one or whatever, or the Dead Man's Wharf, is
Dead
It
Man's
might
Wharf?
be.
included
I
in
know
that.
that I'll have to look to see what. I know it was on their website at one point. It said which 3 houses would be part of the 3 and then which would be part of the 6. I
Okay.
mean, obviously, if something's going on, they could always change that, but that's
Right.
kind of what it was leaning at.
Right. And if there's only 10 houses and you're seeing 6 of them, you know what I mean?
Odds
But-
are in your favor.
Yeah.
but
But from what I remember reading, the 3, if you do the 3 and then do the 6, they were basically got you the 9 houses. There was only like
So
one
they don't
house
do. Okay, I got
that
you.
you didn't get to see and stuff. So definitely,
That's an interesting little way of sucking
look.
people in, though.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
interesting.
the closer right now is probably the most expensive, and as you move closer to Halloween, when more and more people has basically gone through the houses, seen it, and done it type situation, the less usually the unmasking tours are. So it kind of works in reverse of the actual
Okay.
admission tickets.
yeah, because everybody wants to
Yeah.
be scared and everything and go at night, not during the day.
Yeah, in the beginning, usually the first weekends or so are the ones that have the least tickets, and then October is like insanely priced.
Yeah.
So
Right. And then there's still the people that want to bring their 3-year-olds to Halloween Horror Nights.
hey, we always used to say, look, if your kid is into this kind of stuff, bring them. If your kids get scared easily, take them to Disney.
Yeah.
That's honestly when people used to ask us, well, it is mature. It is a 13 and up. We will charge your 6-year-old the same price we will charge an adult.
Yep.
But if they want to see it, and I used to see kids there all the time.
Yeah,
There-
but then
there's
you
some
traumatize
5,
the
6 years
kid.
old. No, there's
No,
some
there's
5 or
some-
6 year olds.
There's some warped children out there.
Yeah.
I hate to,
And then he grows up to shoot a school. Like, seriously.
Well, then,
or work at HHN.
Yeah, and then there's that. Or Starbucks.
There you go.
Sorry.
There
Did
too.
I say that out loud? I'm sorry. Freudian slip. Freudian slip.
Yeah, not really. Well, it's Starbucks at Universal. So,
or a makeup artist.
Hashtag awkward.
With like,
yeah,
whatever.
usually is. So, also, while you're there, as I'll say, a couple other things outside of the main gates. Cabana Bay has a lot of Halloween theming going on. They also have now more or less geared for the people staying there, but the Universal Monsters Gallery of Legends, a lot of photo ops kind of over there to be able to take advantage when you're over there. Also, if you're at the City Walk, basically a night of NHHN, you can go visit Dead Coconut Club. Yeah, see what I
Dead
did?
Coconut
Yep.
Club,
So
huh?
Well done, Dave Indy. Well done.
the Red Coconut has been transformed to the Dead Coconut Club.
Okay.
It is open 5 p.m. to 2 a.m. on event nights. It's basically like a 60s HHN tiki kind of feel to it. So I've seen a couple of photos and stuff. It kind of looks kind of cool, very retro-y.
Does
on it.
anybody see the irony in that name?
Yeah. So, and then that club will probably be dead after this. On that one, if you still want to take a few things home in the parks, if you can get your hands on them, I'm sure they'll go quick, especially if Bill's there. They have the Geeky Tiki's Monster Tiki mug, $60 each for these tiki mugs. You got Tiki Tuck, which is the mummy. You got Gilman, Black Lagoon, Wolfie, obviously Wolfman, Frankenstein, Dracula, and the Bride of Frankenstein, and all of them are slightly a different color. So if you want to drop $60 on each one of those, you're more than welcome for the 6. If you can't make it to Halloween Horror Nights, but you just got to have that merch, Hot Topics this year has introduced a new collection themed to HHN. So they're selling some HHN kind of themed dresses, shirts, things of that nature. Some of them are kind of cool looking. I might actually have to go check them out. And they kind of go along with Universal, but they're not the Universal ones.
Okay.
So something there. And to just kind of move away from HHN for my last 2. Revenge of the Mummy, back open. A lot of good reports on that one. A lot of
Okay.
people are happy how it looks now and stuff. It's geared more towards the curse being real instead of it just being a possibility type situation. I've seen a couple of the POV rides on it in 4K.
Right.
A lot darker looking. I don't know if it was the video or not, but a lot more blackness when you're going through in a lot of areas. So kind of cool there. And then also jumping back to Cabana Bay real quick, there's supposedly a new shakes and malt shop under construction in the lobby area. It used to be an old little seating area over in the corner and stuff. But they got a sign now with some retro signs showing that they're going to have a milkshake malt area going there. So if it's a full-size shop, a little smaller, little Baskin-Robbins looking little kiosk or something in there, I'm not really sure, but definitely it just said coming soon.
Interesting.
So be interested, when that opens. I am good. I think I vomited enough HHN on everybody.
Yeah, there you go. Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. There is your Universal News with Mr. Dave Indy. And, of course, now is our cue to bring in the lovely Tanya with your Disney news.
Thanks. And, speaking of ice cream, new month, new limited edition flavors at Salt and Straw at Disney Springs.
Yeah.
These are actually, I would actually try most of these.
Yeah, right. What is it this month? Gum and shoe bottom?
No.
Like,
so
seriously. Who's coming up with these flavors for this damn
Just listen.
Tar and gravel.
All right. So this one is the Harvest Festival series. So you have Beecher's flagship cheese with apple pie cinnamon rolls. So it's
But the cheese is cheddar, though.
it is cheddar.
Does cheddar go with apple pie?
It was actually made to go with the pie.
I have questions.
Initially. Yeah.
Okay.
That is, that's. Look it up. Look it up.
Okay. All right.
Hurl it
but
up.
Apple pie filling baked into ooey gooey cinnamon rolls are crumbled throughout a sweet and creamy Beecher's flagship cheese ice cream.
That might be good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spiced goat cheese pumpkin pie. You have creamy goat cheese ice cream spiked with house-made pumpkin spice envelopes, swirls of decadent pumpkin pie filling.
This is what I'm talking about.
Ain't happening.
How do you make that connection for goat cheese and pumpkin pie? Like,
I could
who
see those
is
going
making
together,
this up?
actually.
Somebody eats that regularly for lunch.
bro, like
I
seriously.
could see that being paired nicely together.
Apples is more
Who
fall
is
than
working
pumpkins.
for this ice cream joint? Go ahead. What else?
All right. Pinot poached pear sherbet. Pears soaked in a cinnamon and star anise infused Pinot Noir, then churned into a spiced sherbet and folded with our classic double fold vanilla ice cream for a 50-50 flavor.
That one could work since they didn't throw like cheese or dirt into it.
Caramel apple sherbet. Vanilla-infused caramel ribbons are doused throughout a crisp, simple apple juice sherbet.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
And last but not least, and this is a vegan one, a plum and chocolate hazelnut shortbread. Chocolate speckled hazelnut shortbread crumbles and gobs of plum marmalade are swirled throughout a coconut cream ice cream.
Yeah.
Still better than the pumpkin and the goat cheese. Then again, I don't like pumpkin, so
Oh, well, yeah, you would have to have like pumpkin.
it's all
Yeah, I
all
mean, I
about
get
apple
it.
in the fall.
You know, it's like
So-
pumpkin spice.
But compared
world
to some
right
of the
now.
other flavors that we have said over the past few months,
Oh yeah.
Oh my
these
God.
are, at least
The
I
most
would
normal.
actually try all of these. There were ones from last month that,
Right.
not so much.
Right. Bubble gum and shoe bottom, stomach acid and whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
what
Those
they're
are
gonna.
the limited edition flavors available at Salt and Straw for the month of September.
Like,
Just trying to get artsy fartsy. You know.
they're getting too cute. That's what it is. They're getting too cute with this ice cream. It's ice cream.
Fireball and
It's ice cream.
turkey stuffing.
Why can't they just do pumpkin pie ice cream? Why can't they just
they
do?
have some regular flavors.
Yeah, of course they
so,
do.
Which you can go happily enjoy those.
Oh God, these people.
I'm just
These are
waiting
for
for the second annual Everglades donut to come back.
Oh, God. Anyway,
They have
to
a pumpkin pie
continue
one. out.
going with the
Ugh.
Disney podcast note, starting today, actually, at Animal Kingdom, September 4th, in Dino Land, USA, as Donald Duck, Daisy, and Chippendale return for meet and greets.
Nice.
Yeah.
Been a while.
And Chip and Dale will be in their signature dino costumes. So, yeah.
How exciting.
Over at Adventurers Outpost, Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse return as well. On Discovery River, the flotillas continue with the brand new Adventure Flotilla. And you may spot Launchpad McQuack and Scrooge McDuck or Russell and Doug from Up.
Squirrel.
So, yeah. Squirrel.
No, literally squirrel. He's right there.
Anyway.
Just saying.
D23 Expo 2022 presented by Visa is right around the corner. It starts.
Now they have sponsors for it.
It always has been sponsored by
Yeah,
Visa.
they've always had
I don't
Yeah.
think I've ever paid that close attention. I'm like, leave it to Disney. They gotta have a sponsor for everything.
Well, Chase Visa has a Disney card, so
Yeah.
So that starts September 9th. So it's this Friday through Sunday the 11th.
Here comes the chaos videos, bro.
In Anaheim,
Oh, yeah.
California. Yeah.
Yeah,
That
I can't
place
wait to
is
see the
a
YouTube videos that come out of there.
madhouse.
Yeah, it's gonna be nuts.
But we're anticipating several announcements, including an opening date for Tron at Walt Disney World's Magic Kingdom. Hopefully, we'll also hear a start date for Fantasmic over at Hollywood Studios. Fingers crossed. Especially since the Fantasmic at Disneyland is very close to reopening.
Yeah.
So. And especially for Tron, they've been doing a lot of live rider testing and stuff. So
Yeah, that Tron's looking amazing. Have you
Yeah.
seen some videos
I'm
of it?
anticipating a November start date, but we'll see
Well,
what
they're
they
hoping
come
that
up with.
Tron is up and running before March 31st.
Oh, absolutely.
They want it
will
before
be.
the holidays. What do you mean?
I was going to say that's why I'm thinking it's going to be sometime in November.
And the train should be coming back soon. They've been testing the train
Mhm.
around.
Yeah, they had to repair the tracks around Tron.
Oh, they
Yeah.
had to do a tunnel and all this other stuff.
So Avatar.
Kona's chilling.
So remember Avatar?
Who?
Avatar will return to theaters Friday, September 23rd, re-release, and it's in preparation of the sequel, Avatar: The Way of Water, set to release this December. So,
And here's the interesting part. There is a rumor out there right now that the Avatar section of Animal Kingdom is being expanded, and with this new movie, there will be a new ride.
Oh yeah, Cash Cow in it.
well,
Yep.
there's this sequel and apparently like 2 more to follow up after that. So, yeah.
I'll be dead by the time if they keep rolling them out so far apart.
Right?
Now, apparently the other ones have already been filmed and stuff, or at least acted and stuff. I don't know how far along they are,
Yeah.
but anyway, last but not least, according to a report in the Wall Street Journal, Disney is weighing their options on offering an Amazon Prime type of membership program to help drive sales to different divisions throughout the company.
Yeah, it's called Disney Plus.
Called
no,
eBay.
this is
Like merchandise?
like they were saying Disney Prime. Obviously, it wouldn't be called that, but that
here we
was
go.
quote unquote. They were saying instead of Amazon Prime, it's Disney Prime. Chief Communications Officer Kristen Shecky said technology is giving us new ways to customize and personalize the consumer experience so that we are delivering entertainment, experiences, and products that are most relevant to each of our guests. A membership program is just one of the exciting ideas that are being explored.
Rat TV.
So
Yeah.
there you go.
There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, there it is, your Disney news with the lovely Tanya. So it just seems like Disney's just trying to find another avenue, another medium, if you will,
They need another
make
ring
money.
for their
right?
glove.
Like they haven't made enough money. We're talking billions and billions of dollars this last quarter. It's insane. So speaking about bling, it's about that time.
I'm golden.
Apparently.
I keep seeing that whole thing in Moana. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your segment, Ask Indy. This is where you write into the show, and Mr. Dave Indy will answer your questions on the air. So feel free to hit us up on our Facebook page and drop your question, and Dave Indy might just address it on the podcast. Mr. Dave Indy, take it away.
That's all right. So real quick, speaking of Disney, all I could think of is if you haven't seen the movie Free Guy with Ryan Reynolds in it.
I have not.
At the beginning of it, it says from the studios that brought you Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, and I forget what the other one is. And then afterwards it goes twice because of the live version.
Yeah.
They had to fight tooth and nail to get Disney to let them do that too, supposedly. But that made me think of that. So I like this one because I like when Bill does math.
Oh, good.
Here we go.
Stuart from the UK.
I think our listeners are doing this on purpose.
Stuart from the UK, and this is up Bill's alley in a way, so maybe he'll know it.
Okay.
Wants to know how many birds are in the Magic Kingdom Tiki Room.
Tiki, 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 tiki room.
Now he'll have it stuck in his head.
Right. I love the Enchanted Tiki Room. Now, this is just in one or a combination of both.
Are we
Just the
talking
one.
about the Tiki Room in
Magic Kingdom.
Magic
That's
Kingdom.
Right down the road here.
Yeah. I get it. Thanks for the visuals.
It's right over here.
Right across from the Pirates thing. Okay, I get it.
Thing. Caribbean.
Jungle Cruise.
I have a number in my head, but I'm not sure it's right. Your guess.
It's not an exact number I have. It's just supposedly it's over a certain number, according to even to Disney. So
the number that's in my head right now is 65.
I'm going to go with 100.
there are over 225 choreographed animatronics in there.
That many?
Oh, yeah,
Wow.
with the little birdies, with the, yeah.
Tweet
All right.
and-
I didn't really think about it.
Yeah, they're all, the rest of them are on the dead box.
Well, you're not wrong. How many singing tikis are there, though? That's what I want to know.
Totem poles?
The totem poles.
Eight?
Stop it. There's 4 on each pole.
Yeah.
I was just counting the poles as one.
Hey, Google, how many singing tikis are there in the tiki room at Walt Disney World?
This is what I found.
There are 12 tiki drummers, 24 singing masks, and 7 birds of paradise.
But I didn't tell you how many tiki poles.
Well, it kind of did.
Told you about the masks.
Yeah.
The mask singer.
Anyway, so there you go.
I see what you did there.
So how many total? 200 and...
Over 225.
Yeah, even that's even on when you go to the Magic Kingdom or DisneyWorld.go and whatever, and you took in the tiki room, it'll
Yeah.
actually say over 225 on it.
Really?
Because I was getting mixed information, just doing like the wiki and the Phantom and all that pages. I was getting
Yeah.
like closer to 163, but they were talking about Disneyland. But then I found the Magic Kingdom one. But that's also, I don't know if that's when it opened in 63. Out there, that's when it was, and that's what it. When our new management, so he had Iago and the other one
Oh, that's right.
in there for a while.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. If you're ever curious on how many birds are in the tiki room. And that was an international one, huh?
yeah.
Nice.
From the UK. Thank you, Stuart.
Thank you, sir. Kind sir. Now we're going to move into a random topic. In light of Universal, pumping up their lussy-ussies with the Epic Universe,
Yes.
the topic of conversation has shifted to Disney. The conversation was, is Disney planning a 5th park?
That rumor has been around for years.
For years.
Yes.
It is old, but unfortunately now people are blowing the dust off of it. It is gaining some traction. We are waiting to hear from D23 because there's something there. So people are talking about it. So if people are talking about it, we're talking about it. This is your random topic.
Random topic.
Okay. So the question is Disney planning a 5th park in Central Florida? We're going to weigh the pros and cons, if you will. All right. Now, this comes from Ziggy Knows Disney. Now, if you don't know Ziggy, she's been around Central Florida for quite a long time. She has her own podcast. She has her own website. She has her own Instagram. She's actually really, really good about covering things for Central Florida. And she had produced a product that was quality. I mean, she really got deep into the possibilities of why a park would happen and why a park wouldn't happen. And this was always talked about, but never gained traction until Universal started pumping up this Epic Universe.
Yeah.
And now the conversation is sparked up again that Disney has an obligation to retaliate, respond, if you will.
Yeah, that whole tit for tat thing.
Right.
Going back and forth.
So let's talk about some of the pros.
Okay.
When we say pros, we mean in support of a new park.
Yeah.
The first point was they have the land.
Yes.
Let's be honest.
Absolutely.
All right. Roughly half the land still remaining in Disney's portfolio, 30,000 acres, has been undeveloped. Right? So we're talking about at least 15,000 acres on the land that they own right now, like what Walt originally built. That blows my mind because it only takes about 12,000 acres on the average to build a theme park. And so they're saying that Disney still has 15,000 acres that they could play with on the original land that Walt bought. Now we're going to talk about the other points.
I was going to say, they've been buying other land.
Man, they've been like China in the Midwest, bro. They just been buying everything, man. It's crazy, right? So Disney has started buying land at an alarming rate. This could be a sign of things to come. In 2005, they bought a 3,000-acre Mar-a-Lago, not to be confused with another Lago, property. 2018, they bought 900-acre BK Ranch, if you remember that.
I remember that.
Yeah, that was sad to see them go, but Disney took care of that. And then again in 2019, they bought another 1,500 acres in Osceola County for $11 million. That's not it. 2019, Disney bought 235 acres near Reedy Creek, the lake there, on the western upper part of the Walt Disney World property. So they're buying land left and right, and they still have plenty of room.
Yep.
They said it's forecasted that they could build another 3 to 4 parks without blinking an eye.
Yeah. And they're just buying
It's
property
insane.
so they can move wetlands.
Yeah. Now there's some properties that they bought that they can only develop a certain percentage of.
Yeah.
Right. I remember one property that they bought, they can only develop like 25% of it.
Like the ranch, I know that was kind of a done work deal before the guy, if it's the one I'm thinking of, before he passed, he was going to give it to Disney, like more conservative, because it's part of the animal trail that kind of goes from South Florida all the way up to Ocala.
Right. So we could possibly see more of the Flamingo Crossing kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's just retail, but Disney owns it kind of thing. And Disney's trying to expand their portfolio in that aspect, so it would be interesting.
Well, the western area
Or
over
they
there
can
is where
just
they...
do another nature center. I mean,
Yeah.
they already
Yep.
have one conservation area.
Yeah.
And there was also talk about mini parks. What they mean by that is just
Build a
entertainment.
fun spot.
Yeah, right? It's huge. But they're talking about building maybe like a mini park or like a entertainment thing. What's that place in Animal Kingdom where you take the train to and it's got the
Conservative
little
station or something like that.
conservatory thing? Rafiki
Planet
stuff.
Lodge.
Yeah. Like closed
Imagine
NBA
that
garage.
being its own park. You know, something small, something for the kids, something entertaining. You know, like I can't remember what they called it, micro parks.
Micro
Yeah.
park,
Micro parks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like a Disney Quest.
Yeah. They need to bring that back.
Or a
Right?
closed NBA experience.
Another point to support the fact that they might be talking about another theme park is that right now Disney has never been stronger. Now, Disney's comeback from COVID has been record-breaking. I don't remember the number, but we are talking double-digit billion recovery.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I don't have that information in front of me. I'm sure I could look it up, but I'm talking like billions of dollars they made last quarter. So obviously, after COVID, people want to get out and resume their lives again. And Disney was such a major part of their lives for so long. It's natural for somebody just to go running to Disney to catch that magic a little bit more, right? But Disney, along with all Central Florida theme parks, are struggling to get back on their feet. But I think Disney is the only one in Central Florida that has really, really been killing it. Killing it.
Their stocks are only still about $111.
Okay, which is up from what it was.
Oh, yeah. It tanked under 100 for a short time.
Yeah.
Now, some things that take away with it, and we'll talk about that in the cons, is their positions politically, but we'll get there. Revenue could not be any higher than what they are, but these parks are not cheap,
No.
and they're not cheap to build. It could mean higher revenue for Disney if they were to produce another park, obviously. Really? Kona wants to be part of the podcast. He's jumping all over Tanya. Yeah.
Thanks.
And then he's like,
right? Really?
he's like, I just wanted up on the bar. I didn't.
I need to come over here and get petted.
Here's the big thing. Universal is catching up with Disney. Disney was clearly knocked off guard when Harry Potter came out. And now
And they shouldn't have been because
No.
they had first crack at Harry Potter. So
they got caught sleeping.
No,
Let's
they
be
wanted
honest.
too much control of it.
Exactly. That was their downfall. They got greedy.
And now with the announcement of Epic Universe, now Universal is that 1-2 punch and Disney wasn't ready for it.
Mm-hmm.
So now here comes World of Avatar, here comes Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, all because of fears of falling behind to Universal. Now, Disney's always going to have the edge. They have the land, they have the money, they have the ability to build something very quickly. They are always going to have the tactical advantage over Universal.
And they already have plans drawn up for a park. Actually, several different idea parks.
Yeah, we're going to get there in a second here. So,
It's only one I want to see built.
Yes, I think we're talking about the same one.
yeah, well, there's a lot of rumors about what that park would be, right? But, which leads in the segue into this, D23 secret panel. Now, there has been talk that this new D23 coming out that Tanya just talked about, Disney has announced a panel for the secret Walt Disney Company project. And many speculate that it could be the planning party for a new theme park in Central Florida. Obviously, Disney is going to keep that under wraps, and they're not going to come out and say, oh, well, we've got a secret project.
Right.
Right? Because everybody's going to be like, you know what I mean? Like they're going to find, like people are going to be like on Disney property trying to figure out what's going on.
Drones everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. That kind of throws me off a little bit because Disney would never announce that. Like if they're honestly planning a park, they would never announce it to people that, hey, we're planning a 5th park.
Unless they're just putting fillers out.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
People for years have been asking for a 5th theme park.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
So,
And speculation goes around as far as, what that 5th theme park would be. So
I think the one leading it, Villains.
Yep. That one was already planned out
Yes.
at one point.
It was.
that was a conversation, I should say. That's not leading the charge now.
Really?
No, that's
I know
dying
there's
off.
so many people out there want a Villains.
Oh, yeah.
Theme
Yeah.
park.
Maleficent's castle was supposed to be
Yes, and
that one looked really cool.
Mhm.
So there's a lot of cons. Obviously, people are hungry for Disney. People want more from Disney.
They want to be entertained.
They want to be entertained. Disney is obviously the best of the best of the best when it comes to entertaining people. People are trying to recover from COVID. They want to be entertained. The worst part about Disney right now, though, is people. Let's be honest. It's not really even Disney. It's the people that are in the parks and the people that are hired by said company. It's like Disney hasn't changed. It's everybody else has. And
The
I
people
think,
going to the parks.
and I think that has a lot to do with COVID too. So, but now we're going to talk about the cons. And when I say cons,
Prisoners.
let's talk about why they wouldn't.
The negatives.
Yes, why they wouldn't build a park, okay? First things first, money. Okay, these parks are not cheap.
No.
Now, we talked about how much Epic is going to cost Universal. right? They are mortgaged to the hilt trying to afford this theme park.
Well, luckily they got Comcast pockets.
Yeah.
True. They have deep pockets, but in the same respect, I mean, this park is going to be billions of dollars.
Well, the theme park does a pretty decent income for Comcast. That's why they're investing so much.
Mm-hmm. So the interesting part about it is they just paid $70 billion for Fox, right? We talked about that.
Universal was supposed to have that, but they screwed up.
And that is having a big impact on their bottom line. Mm-hmm. And they are already talking about doing other acquisitions. But you know where the main focus of Disney is right now? Making what they have already better. Every single park has construction projects. Every single park is bringing out new stuff, new rides, new this, new that. So their focus isn't really on coming out with a new park as it is taking what you have and making it better.
What do they got going on at Hollywood Studios?
Nothing really right now.
Well, it's coming.
That's the exception to
Yeah.
the rule at the moment. Because
it's coming.
Epcot has the whole, front
Bucket
being
right now.
redone. Magic Kingdom is
Tron
usually
and
Tron.
stuff.
Yeah, there are major upgrades and refurbishment going on in Orlando parks, and they just simply don't have enough cash to go around for a fifth park. That's kind of where the thought process is. The other thing you have to remember is Disney lost billions of dollars in the wake of 2020 and 2021 COVID, right? And it's unfortunate, but they have made the comeback of the year. So they're getting all of that money back and then some. The issue is it's going to take a couple years for them to kind of get back in the black. Mm-hmm. I'm sure they're in the black now, but building these theme parks now today with inflation and the cost of materials and the
If they
cost
can
of
get
everything,
Yeah,
materials.
it's not a real good time to build anything.
we're talking billions and billions of dollars. Something that would cost maybe $500 million to build would now cost over $1 billion just by materials, time, labor, right?
And as I'll say, not to mention, if you build a fifth park, that pulls money out of the other parks.
Exactly. We're going to get there. And speaking of labor, let's go to the next point. Limited numbers of workers. Now, we all can recognize the fact that there is a worker shortage right now, and that's from COVID, but there's young people out there that have realized they can make money in other means, whether that's TikTok or YouTube or whatever. They're making money online. They don't need to go to your standard 9-to-5 jobs. And there has been the Great Resignation. That's a real thing, where people have realized that life is more important than work and have quit. And so there is a revolution taking place in the workforce, and it's harder and harder to get really quality people.
Import more Norway chicks.
I agree. So there's been so many construction companies. There's only so many construction companies in Orlando, let's be honest. And where are they all working right now?
Universal.
Yeah, they're all at Epic trying to build this mega theme park, right? So do you honestly think that Disney is going to build a theme park now when all of these construction people are knee deep in Epic? There's nobody to build the theme park.
Yeah.
So,
or the cost to get people to come from other places to come here.
there's just not enough workers to go around. Let's be honest. There's only so many construction companies that are in Orlando. And even if they brought in outside construction companies to build,
Housing.
it would
all
cost
that.
twice as much as if you used a local company. And again, they're all at Epic trying to build Epic. So this is what I see. I see Epic being finished, built, and opened. And now Disney's going to make a push.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be a couple years.
They're going to watch.
Right. They're sitting back. They're watching. They're going to take an initial hit when Epic opens because everybody's going to flock to it.
The honeymoon period.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But-
Even Universal will for the year leading up to Epic opening. That's just kind of a given. Everyone pushes their vacation back by a year.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
And now the construction companies are going to be looking for work. The prices are going to come down a little bit. I don't think they'll ever come back down to what they were.
Oh, no.
Because once they raise prices, they very rarely drop prices, right? So the cost of materials will go down. The companies that build these parks are going to be available. They'll let Epic Universe kick them in the nuts initially, but then they're going to start planning something that's going to make Epic Universe look like a parking lot. They have the land, they have the money. Mm-hmm. So they're just sitting waiting. They're going to wait till Epic opens up. They're going to see what it's all about. They're going to send their people. They're going to collect their intelligence. And they're go, we can do this better. Let's do it. Okay. The other issue, and this is really applies across the board to Central Florida theme parks, no new IP. This is a real problem in Central Florida theme parks. And I don't think it's going to get any better because they've done nothing to help themselves here.
Universal supposedly getting Lord of the Rings.
But here,
that's the last big major one, and especially now that they just released the new Amazon Prime TV show.
Right, but let's be honest. When was the last time you saw Disney, Universal, or SeaWorld come out with something original and come out with something like what the Imagineers designed back in the day? Okay, we're getting we don't talk about Bruno stuff. We're getting new movies that come out, new characters that come out. You know, like as far as the movies go, that's what's driving IP.
Yeah.
There's no real new stuff that's worth even talking about that's coming out of these theme parks. So the current business model for Disney is using the original IP and beating it to death.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Lion King is 40-something years old now. Even what Tanya talked about with Avatar. How old is Avatar now? You're going to continue to just milk that cow? And we talked about that. That's what Disney does. They milk the cow until the cow is dead.
And then they milk it some more.
And then they milk it some more, and then they go find another cow, and they'll milk that till it's absolutely dead. When is Lion King going to go away? Maybe never.
It's not, because there's too many people that keep it going.
Yeah,
right.
Especially over at Animal Kingdom with the show and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So we talk about Epic Universe, and we talk about Universal, and we talk about all the stuff that's in Islands of Adventure and all the stuff that's in the original Universal Park. And there's questions about Epic. What's going to be in there? Is it going to be new? Is it going to be this? Is it going to be this? Harry Potter is all over everywhere.
Oh, yeah. It'll be in each park.
Right.
Nintendo will be in each park.
Exactly.
So sooner or later, you're going to have it in islands as well as studios.
And you're proving my point. How old is Nintendo?
Yeah, but it's one of those things that...
You know,
it's
like...
never going away.
Yeah. Too many nerds.
So...
Including myself.
If Disney decides to build another park in a theme park in Florida, they would have to need enough IP to fill it. And there's just not enough.
You can
Villains.
do a ton with villains.
One could say Villains is old IP. Think about all the villains. Like, I get what you're saying. Like, you can have all kinds of villains from back in the day and create this park and it be phenomenal, but all of that IP is 30, 40, maybe even 50 years old.
But if enough people want it, think about it. Max from Powerline, the Goofy movie, is part of Not So Scary, and people lost their mind over that.
Yep, that's very true.
I mean,
True.
I that excited me as well. I mean, because like every time we turn around, I was seeing Powerline shirts for a while there. Like how do you people know about this? You weren't even born.
No, but their parents are playing it for them.
Which, by the way, that's a very underrated Disney movie.
Yes, definitely.
Right. So there's the IP thing, but then there's also the attendance and economic situation, right? These parks are extremely overcrowded, and a lot of people are saying that's a pro for building the park, is because
Spread
you
people out a bit.
spread people out a little bit so that you can have more people in the parks. But that could come back to bite them as well, because right now the parks are not at 100%. They're never going to be at 100%, and they're packed, right? So, but
Here lately, they were ghost towns. As like this last couple.
But you guys brought up a great point. If you build another park, that's going to suck away from all the other parks.
Yep.
because everybody's going to want to experience the new, the happy, the fun, the
Show me the shiny.
shiny. So
But it takes the pressure off of the other parks for them to be able to do refurbishments on rides that really need it now. You know, that kind of stuff.
Right.
So,
Or for Disney, they got to find sponsorships for everything.
well,
you also have to take in consideration the prices, right? The prices of these parks have gone up significantly.
Oh, beyond
And-
normal inflation prices.
Right. So the average family of four that used to cost $5,000 to go to Disney for a week is now paying $15,000 for that same family of four for a week. It's ridiculous to think that the average family is going to be able to afford Disney in the future, because if they
or
continue
any
to
other theme park.
right, but I can afford Universal, I can afford SeaWorld. I can't afford Disney. If I was paying, I mean, you have to understand
Some of Universal's prices are a little,
they're
out
under
there.
Disney, but they're there.
Yeah.
I get it.
not if you include the Express Pass and
But
you're
you
not
stay at like
staying
Royal Pacific.
But
or
if
one
you're
of those.
not staying at those, you think of an Express Pass for the week of Christmas.
Oh yeah, then
It
no.
is literally like $300 per person, and that does not even count the cost of your ticket. You're looking
yeah.
at $500 per person.
Like, I get it.
I push people away at that time that I know. My daughter wants to come down around the 18th of December. And I'm like, are you insane?
Yeah, no.
I'm like, no.
And the point that I'm trying to make is, I mean, you can compare annual passes. You look at the annual passes for Universal and you look at the annual passes for SeaWorld and then compare that to Disney.
Oh yeah.
I can have an annual pass from Universal and SeaWorld together and still not meet the same price point that Disney has
And
for
you got the
one pass.
Platinum one for SeaWorld, so you can go over to Busch Gardens even.
Right. I got
We
16
can go
parks.
to all
Yeah.
Here's the other factor that you're not considering. So if there's a new park, then you have to extend that vacation. So now we're not talking 7 days, we're talking 10 days because there's a new park. So that $15,000 vacation just went to $20,000 vacation because now you want to spend time in the new park plus all the time in the old park. So now you need more time overall. And we're talking dinners, we're talking and all that kind of stuff. So the price point goes up even more. If you have, so you're playing Russian roulette.
And little Timmy needs a lightsaber.
That's what I'm saying, bro. At 200 shot, 200 plus a shot.
And an R2D2 for $25,000.
I'm just saying, though. So having a fifth park may not benefit Disney at all. So I don't know. It's a great question. It's a great topic. We keep going round and round and round and round and round on it. I think these are the facts. Could Disney build a fifth theme park in Central Florida?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Not even break a sweat. Will it happen? Probably not.
Yeah.
However, I will tell you, Lord Thunder is back. Mother Nature's not angry. It's nice to know that the thunder is coming around at the end of the podcast, not at the beginning.
Exactly.
But I think we can all agree on one thing. We're going to wrap up random topic because we have tons of stuff to talk about. I will tell you that it is only a matter of time before Disney produces a fifth theme park. And I think
Oh, it's inevitable.
our theory is plausible. They're going to wait until after Epic opens up. And then they're going to one-up.
I say around
Universal.
2030.
Yep. So it's only a matter of time, folks, before you see a fifth theme park in Central Florida. And bring your checkbook because it's not going to be cheap.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, there's your random topic for this week. That was a good conversation. I think, if you listen to past podcasts, I talked about the war on I-4
Yep.
between Disney and Universal. And it is as much savage now as it was back then.
But there's also as much partnership on what one does versus the other too.
Exactly.
And
Like, all of this is
SeaWorld has
plotted
snuck
out.
in there now
Yeah.
too, especially with them building all
Right.
of these roller coasters, and they have another one being built.
And Universal and SeaWorld have always kind of been chummy, so who knows? If Universal can't get the land, you never know. You might see them take over the SeaWorld parks.
Right. So we're going to move on because this podcast is running a little long. We're going to move to sponsors.
well, our host can,
Talk.
You're all fired. Get out.
Taking the cats with me.
Take the cats with you.
Martha, come on.
Simba's exhausted from trying to jump up earlier over there.
Like,
Well,
what was
he took
that?
he took advantage of you because he missed it over here. I watched him not make the jump.
Oh, God.
Is that what happened?
So you got suckered in on picking him up to put him beside me.
Sticking his claws in my leg.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that doesn't feel good, I know.
Yeah, you experienced that little gem, huh?
Yeah, a couple months back in there.
So we're going to move into sponsors, ladies and gentlemen, Rockstars and Flowers. They have been with us since day one. Rockstars and Flowers is an amazing group of artists out of North Carolina that does portraits of rock stars and other people that you're willing to stalk. What they do is absolutely phenomenal. They will actually paint the image of the person that you're in love with, and then on the back side of it, in the background, they put flowers, and it's their own signature touch. Their signature piece, they've received significant money offers for. They are keeping as the signature piece for the company was the Jimi Hendrix.
Oh, I bet.
And what was cool about the Jimi Hendrix was...
I thought that got auctioned off.
No, they still have it. And what's really good is it's like a 3D effect. They painted the canvas and then they painted latex on the outside and then they layered it. So it gives it that 3D look. Really, really cool stuff. They are still prepping for their January art show, and they literally have an entire facility that's going to have nothing but their stuff in. They've made over 100 paintings so far for it.
That's crazy.
Go check them out, rockstarsandflowersart.com, and check them out on Facebook and Instagram, all of your major socials. And if you are interested in getting a painting, by all means, hit them up because their art is going to be extremely valuable in the future.
Norway girls.
And mention us.
Yeah, of course. Mention
for a discount.
Yeah, mention UDN. They'll hook you up. Obviously, the other sponsor that we have is Scentsy by Christina. And she just messaged me and said that the Harry Potter is out with the Harvest collection. The Nightmare Before Christmas collection is also out. And Hocus Pocus is released on the 12th.
Yep, that's their new movie's coming out next month.
Right. So she's taking pre-orders right now because all of this stuff is super, super hot. She's selling them out. She can't even keep it in inventory. It's ridiculous. So think about this. Harry Potter, Nightmare Before Christmas, and Hocus Pocus is all out right now. You need to go check it out.
As well as your just regular fall stuff.
It's stupid, right? I mean, I can't understand how she keeps any inventory at all. I mean, she must get this stuff.
She pre-orders it.
Yeah, well, she's taking pre-orders right now for all that stuff. But can you imagine how fast this stuff is going to sell out?
Yeah.
So if you're a fan of any one of those three, now's your chance. Go check out Chrissy P74 Scentsy.us.
Cool.
Yeah,
because each house has their own specific scent.
Yeah.
So definitely go check her out. Do your pre-orders. They're really, really good about shipping their stuff out. That's Chrissy P, CHRISSY P74 Scentsy.us. And so I believe that is going to wrap it up for another podcast. We want to thank you guys for listening. We are creeping on 100 episodes, which is a major accomplishment for us. Yeah, we're at 97 right now. So we're going to have to start planning because we're going to have to do something big. I got some ideas. We're going to try to figure it out. But we are creeping on 100, and to be still on the air and to still be doing this after 100 shows is a big deal to us. And the fact that you're out there listening to our show, I don't know if anybody's listening to the point of the end of the podcast every single time, but if you are, please accept our sincere thank you for listening to the podcast. Because
putting up with us.
Yeah, we love doing this, and we love the fact that you're listening. So with that being said, if you're in these parks, have fun, be safe, and we'll talk soon.
You have been listening to the official Universal Disney Nuts podcast. Please visit our website at worldofudn.com and join us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for all the latest updates, news, and events from your favorite theme parks. See you in 2 weeks.